Welcome, everybody. I'm Dr. Miles Reed, and I'm so happy to start with all of you our new cycle of Path of Heart and a new year, 2017. At the same time, I want to welcome all of you back from our cycles last year, and all of you newcomers, new participants, welcome. We are delighted to receive all of you and provide you for this amazing year that starts. Challenging year, exciting year. By choice, we decide to look at it as this going to be the best year ever. When the state of the world is so demanding and complex, it's actually an opportunity to bring the best out of us. Our teacher, Carlos Castaneda, always would say that too much comfort creates complacency. And to be a little bit uncomfortable and challenged, if we have the right frame of mind and spirit, it can be an advantage to us, because only when we need to, often, we bring out our real best resources. So we believe that in the world today, we need to come together and to share as beings of energy our common nature of this incredible apparatus that we have and this journey of life. This year, we have a very exciting topic to develop, which is the context of our journey of development. We, in our tradition from the seers of ancient Mexico, we call it the path of knowledge. And as we go along the path of knowledge in our journey of life, we encounter obstacles, we encounter challenges, and we're going to go through them. This cycle, as you know, we are going to start with the most primordial, fundamental, our first big obstacle, which is fear. So lots to explore in this, lots of potential for us to free our action, our doings by doing this. So I just received word, a confirmation for just a small announcement for the Russian participants that Oksana has joined the translation. Please connect through TeamSpeak with her. Thank you. So I'm going to start with slides as we do it often, and give you a little bit of context for our themes. All right. The quote that is our reference for what I just said. A man has 4 natural enemies: fear, clarity, power, and old age. Fear, clarity, and power can be overcome, but not old age. Its effect can be postponed, but it can never be overcome. And as I said, we're going to start exploring the topic of fear. And as a general positioning today, class 1, we want to just set in motion the direction and the focus that we will have over the next 12 weeks. And the big umbrella of all of this, as I said, is we are in a journey of development of knowledge. We are interested in this platform. The Path of Heart provides you with the support to be able to develop yourself at the physical level, at the energetic level, at the spiritual level, if you want to call it, and work with support and tools and practices that we, Erin and I, bring forward to you from our experiences with our teacher, Carlos Castaneda, and his colleagues, and also all the incredible information that other teachers provide, and science, and the juxtaposition between science and the world of energy and consciousness that is very exciting and developing rapidly. And we bring all of that to give us all the tools that we need to succeed and bring the best our potential out in our life. So we have just this one opportunity, as far as we know, this one life that is right now. So how can we be plugged in, participating, and being at our best? Fear is one of the main obstacles And it has to do also with biologically, how we are hardwired in our system. I'll tell you a little more about that in a second. Main theme. So this, just to give a direction of our explorations for the cycle. How to move through fear. We're going to learn and experience how to handle fear and not let us stop us, freeze us, and we can move through it with it. And the second is how to use fear as an ally. Once we can move with fear rather than be paralyzed from it, we can also flip it and actually use it as an ally, as a teacher, as a helper, as a booster. And we can take the energy that is stirred in ourselves when we have fear and redirect it to spur us into action. We'll see that fear it can kind of go two routes. Either freezes us or it can spur us into action. And so we'll use it as an ally, actually. We'll flip it. There's the definition in sorcery as taught to us by Carlos Castaneda, which is a very pragmatic view, not the incantations and rituals necessarily, but the utilization of perception, the development of the art of perception. And so body tools, how to get back your feet to defy fear, and how to train your breath to move through fear. Those are our two things. For fear, we need to be planted in our feet. We need our feet. And we need to, or we can, use the breath as a practical tool to help us to move through fear as we are experiencing it. So the feet is going to be a landmark for us. We're going to do a lot of, every class, spend time in our feet. We're going to do a map the feet. We're going to open up the energy flow in different spots in the feet and feel our feet. So open yourselves for the next 3 months to have a highlight relationship with your feet. It's going to be a fantastic thing. And they will give us our base. And then we're going to develop working with the breath. And with the energy passes, we're going to do movements throughout where the mood is going to be how to move through fear, right? How to be in a state where when this energy comes upon us or it's stirred up from within us, how can we handle it? And so we need to have our feet strong. We need to be able to move, and we need to be connected and aware of what's happening with our breath. So those are our parameters, okay? Let me come back to the powers point. There was something I wanted to tell you in terms of the physiology, this energy of fear. We are hardwired, right? This is a primordial emotion that we have. And primarily when we are in a state of alarm, when we register alarm, so we are not safe, right? 3 different outcomes can come from that. If we are, let's say, we have energy in us and the alarm is moderate, then we might want to fight or against whatever is perceived as the cause of this fear. Let's say, for example, someone disrespected us. We feel, in a way, psychologically unsafe or violated. And so we can react by attacking, right? We can fight. Fight is one of the reactions. Let's say we feel a little weaker, or the fear is a little higher in the threat level. So then our other biological response or reaction probably will be to flee, right? To get out of here. This is too dangerous, too scary. I'm out of here, right? So the flight response, fight or flight. If the fear is overwhelming in its nature, or in the speed in which it comes upon us, regardless of our state, then we might freeze. So when we are like in a state of I'm frozen in fear, right? So the fight, the flight, or the freeze response. As we deal with fear in these next weeks, be aware of this simplicity of these three responses. Recognize in yourself when you are going and to which of the three. And we're going to be supporting you and giving you all the tools for once you recognize yourself, because these reactions, they come super quick, right? So it's a mechanism that kicks in before we can even think of it. It's way less than a second. But then we recognize that it's been awoken, that state, fight, flight, or freeze, and then what to do with it, how to handle it. And particularly, we want us not to freeze, right? To be able to keep going. In spite of our fear, we go on. And we'll give you today like a frame for all of this. And then we can maybe stand up again, and we'll see. So first of all, just vibrating the legs. Coming into our vehicles. Let's brush our knees and stimulate our kneecaps with the fingertips. Brush behind the knees. Warm up the area there. And warm up with your palms over the kneecaps. And again, fingertips, back of the knees, and kneecaps. We'll get to the feet afterwards. You know, in Chinese medicine, the emotion of fear is linked to the kidney and adrenal organ system. And the adrenal gland is the primordial kicker for the alarm system, right? Fight or flight or freeze. The adrenaline that kicks in. So when we are in a strong state in our kidney adrenal center, in that vital center, then we can handle better the fear. So anything we can do to increase the energy of our kidneys and adrenals. And at the level of the body, of course, we have the area in the lower back, but also the knees and the feet, which we will focus a lot on, feed that energy system, right? So warming up the knees and the back of the knees, stirring up energy there, helps us to plant our kidney energy, because the kidneys don't like cold. They get better with heat, right? Some other organs, like the liver, they tend to overheat. So we need to cool it often. But the kidneys, for the most part, we need to warm them. Very rarely we need to cool down the kidneys, right? So let's open the energy, open the practice. Inhale out and exhale. Again.